Good morning. Welcome back to Healthy Bods. My name's Claire and today is Tasty Tuesday. So today's recipe is a Hungarian dish. I don't know what it's called, but I made it years ago and I've only made it a couple of times since. But whenever I do make it, I really enjoy it. And it's like a tomatoey, red peppery type dish, and then at the end of cooking you just crack in some eggs and then just cook it until the eggs are cooked. Now, personally, I don't like runny eggs, so I cooked it for a bit longer and they were a bit rubbery. So I think next time I'm going to make the dish and cook the eggs separately in a little pan and just put it on top. I think that'll be more delicious and I'll get more of the egg flavour because it dried out a little bit, but it was still delicious. And I had it with a breaded chicken steak. I had half of it with a breaded chicken steak and some sweet corn, so I've got the rest today for tonight's tea. So yeah, it was just really quick, really easy and really cheap to make. So it's just something a bit different, and obviously if you want to cook for more, then just double the portions. Yeah, so it's just really nice as a side dish and you're getting loads of extra veg as well. And I really enjoyed it. So this morning I've got my coffee. Now I just want to say this is my favourite mug, by the way, really autumnal colours. If you've got a chocolatier velvetizer, it does the most amazing coffee. So what I do, I quite like a lot of milk. So I take some milk from my allowance and put it in the velvetizer with the coffee. Always put, I've got a mixture of cinnamon and nutmeg, so I sprinkle some of that in and one sugar. And I let the velvetizer cook that and it makes it really frothy. I don't put the lid on because we've lost the lid. It's in the back of a cupboard somewhere. And yeah, it just goes really frothy, and then I pour it into a mug and then I just top it up with hot water. And it's really delicious. It's just really smooth and just completely different taste to if you'd made it just with hot water. So that's my treat for the day. I always have one coffee in the morning. I have to have sugar in it. As I've said before, I hate sweeteners. I've tried all these flavoured syrups and I just don't like them. And I don't enjoy it. And I really enjoy my coffee. So I think just one sugar per day, it doesn't seem to be affecting my sugar levels. And I've also been eating bananas and that's not affecting my sugar levels. If anything, my sugar levels have gone down. So I will continue for a while and see, and just keep monitoring it and see how my sugar levels go. So tomorrow I'm going to be going to do a food shop. So I'm going to fill in my food diary, so like a reverse food diary where you fill it in and then you, like for the week, and then you compile your shopping list from your food diary. And then you just put your food diary on your fridge and you just follow it each day as you go along. I've already started my food list and I don't think there's much I've got to buy this week, so it should be a cheaper week this week. Last week I had cleaning products and stuff that Solomon wanted, so it was a bit dearer. So I'll be going to Lidl's tomorrow and doing my weekly food shop. And then I'll do a food haul either tomorrow or Thursday. I'll see what I'm going to be doing each day and do that. We've had so much rain. I got up in the middle of the night to let Dougie out and it was lashing down. And I could tell he wanted to go out. So really bad mummy put his lead on and dragged him out, and he really didn't want to go, but he was desperate. So once he went out, once he knew that he couldn't get away, he did wheeze and poos, and yeah, good as gold. So I had to give him a bit of a towel down because it was absolutely really heavy rain. I've never seen heavy rain like it before. Today is showery, very bit dull, very cloudy. It's a bit of a nip in the air, not too cold. I have got the back door open, although Dougie has learnt, we had a dog flap when we had our last dog 5 years ago, and we boarded it up because it got broken. And so we had the hole there. So we wanted a cat flap, so we bought a dog flap because the hole was already there. Otherwise we would have had to got a new door, and we just had to make the hole a tiny bit bigger for this dog flap. And so we fitted that, and the cats were using it as a cat flap, so all fine. And this was before we had really decided to get Dougie. And over the last couple of days I heard all this commotion, and he was like tapping it with his paw, and it kept opening, and he kept trying to get out, but then it would shut, and so I helped him out of it one day. And yesterday he was in and out all day. I didn't have to take him out to do wheeze or anything because he just did it by himself. It was amazing. So he's got the hang of that. And yeah, so hopefully that will do him when he's bigger. Unless he gets really chunky, then we will have to get a bigger one and make the hole bigger, but that we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But at the moment he's he's fine. So today I'm going to be we cleared out the shed. We got everything out a couple of weeks ago because Solomon's bike couldn't fit in there because everything had just fallen down and it was just a mess. So we got everything out. Had a really good sort out. There was loads of broken toys and stuff we just shoved in there and weren't going to use. So we had a massive run to the recycling centre, and we deposited loads for the shop to sell, for them to sell, and loads just binned it if it was rusty or broken. And we cleared a massive space for his bike, and we changed it around a bit, which is amazing. We've got the tumble dryer in there. It's only a small shed, and we sorted out all the decorating stuff into a big plastic tub and all the tools into another tub. So today I'm going to get the tool one out because it's got loads of like loose screwdrivers and drill bits. I'm going to put them all in their own separate container within this big plastic container and sort them all out so that if ever we need anything, then we can find it really easily, and maybe sort all my screws out so that they're all in like small ones in one tub, medium and big, and just have a really good sort out. We've also got a smaller one of those, I can't remember what their name is, like the smaller sort of like sort of just about chest height on me, and I'm quite short, plastic containers outside, right outside the back door, and that's got all our camping stuff in. And Solomon, a few years ago, he started making soap and selling them, and we did some Christmas fairs and everything, and we got all our money back from everything we paid out for all the ingredients and stuff, and made some money, so that was good. And he wants to start that up again, because he does work in a cafe in between his college shifts, but it's gone really quiet now. All the visitors have gone. We're a very touristy area because we're near a big beach and everything, so he's not getting many shifts. So I said, well, you've got everything out there, you know, you don't have to have an outlay or anything, it's all there to start up again. So we're going to move all the camping stuff into the shed, and then all his soap stuff into the plastic container outside the kitchen door, so it's just easily accessible. We haven't really got the space to keep it indoors because we're in a tiny bungalow, so that's really exciting. So I'm going to help him set all that up, and he's going to do TikTok videos and YouTube videos, so I'll link it below when he does that, and just try and get some money for him. Oh, coffee is so nice. If you like flavoured coffees, instead of buying artificial flavouring, all these flavoured syrups, just put some, I've got like the little pots that like cinnamon comes in with a little shaker bit, and I mixed cinnamon and nutmeg together, and I just sprinkle that on my coffee, and I really, really enjoy that. And it's all healthy, so yeah, win-win. So that's my day today. I'm going to be sorting out some of the shed. I'm so tired though. So I've got doctors. I thought it was this today, but it's a week today. I've got doctors, so I'm going to try and address that and get her to look at all my medication and see if she's got any suggestions, because I'm getting a lot of joint pain. I wake up at night, and I know diabetes, you get leg pain and feet pain, and that's really starting to affect me. Paracetamol doesn't even touch the pain, and it's not all the time, so but when it does come on, it keeps you awake because it's really bad. But my sugar levels are quite low, and I'm eating really healthily. So I just need some advice. Is there anything else I can do? And obviously, we're going to start walking wee Dougie this week because he can start going out, which is just so exciting. So I know that extra exercise will help me. So tomorrow is weigh-in Wednesday, and I'm really excited to see if I've lost anything this week. So I've been following the calorie controlled eating plan. So I'm doing 1,700 calories a day, and yesterday I was literally 5 calories under, so I'd almost hit it. Most days I'm about 100, 150 calories under. I don't manage to hit the whole target, but I'm eating really healthily and I'm not hungry at all, so that's really, really good. So yeah, I've just got to keep going, and hopefully, you know, if I stay the same this week, I will take that as a win, because I'm eating really healthily and there's nothing more I can do with my food because I have loads of vegetables and fruit. So then it'll be interesting to see next week with the extra exercise that I'm getting walking Dougie, whether that will help. But I haven't really done much exercise because I'm just exhausted. My body just doesn't want to work. But yeah, so hopefully the doctor can point me in the right direction and we can sort something out. I also take a high strength multivitamin to try and help. And I think it's all diabetes, ME, menopause, just all hit me at once. And it is a real struggle, but I'm going to keep going. I'm trying to keep positive. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So, little box of positivity. Let's pull a card and see what God, the universe, has to say to us today. I'm just going to shuffle them, and then we'll cut them in half, and we'll pull it. Oh, flamingos. I love flamingos. And I love pink, so as you can see, I've got my bright pink top on today. You're perfect when you're comfortable being yourself. And this is by Ansel Elgort. Never heard of him. Let's have a look. Ansel Elgort. Oh. He is an American actor and singer. Looks like he's got some famous siblings. He was in the film Carrie, Divergent series. Don't know. He doesn't ring a bell. He doesn't look familiar at all. So yeah, so that's by him, and it says you're perfect when you're comfortable being yourself. And I think when we put on an act, say if we've met someone new and you're sort of putting on a bit of an act and you're being your best, you're putting on your best and trying to impress them, sometimes people just want you to be you, and and I think when you meet someone who just accepts you for you, you are more comfortable around them. And, you know, like I've said before, I used to be a real people pleaser. And now I've learnt to say no. I'm more comfortable with me. And if people don't like me, then it's tough luck. I used to try and fit into people's lives, but now they can fit in with me, and if they don't like it, then tough luck. So yeah, just be comfortable with who you are. There is somebody, I'm talking like, because I really feel like I'd like to meet someone. There is somebody out there for everyone, and I really believe that. I just don't know where mine is. I think he's got lost. I think my my prince on his white horse has fallen off and got stuck somewhere. But I will photograph that, and I will put a picture of that on. And yeah, so I love pink. I love flamingos. So yeah, it's quite apt with me wearing my pink top today. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to put the cooking video on the end and the recipe. It doesn't look much, but it was really, really tasty. So if you like tomatoes and peppers, then give it a go and see what you think. And it's a great, I've always got, well, nearly always got peppers in the fridge. I've always got tins of tomatoes in the cupboard. So, and I put some onion in it as well. So it's all stuff that I had and would normally always have in the cupboard. So there you go. So I hope you all have a really good day and a really good evening. Stay safe and stay well, and I will see you tomorrow. So today we're doing this Hungarian pepper dish. So I've got 1 onion sliced up, 1 large red pepper sliced, 1 can of plum tomatoes. You can use normal tomatoes and it would even work with passata too. And then I've got a large tablespoon of hot paprika. You can use smoked paprika too, just as well. And then 2 teaspoons of garlic granules. So let's get cooking. Right, so I've just sprayed my pan with the spray oil. I'm just going to add the onions and the red pepper, and we're just going to cook that on low for about 20 minutes. So I'm just going to put the lid on because that will also help steam it and just help soften the vegetables. So we'll come back in about 20 minutes and see how it's doing. Right, so this has been cooking probably about 15 minutes on low, and everything's really soft now, and it, like I said, it does help with putting that lid on because it creates a bit of steam. I'm just going to add the paprika and the garlic powder, give that a stir. We just want that to just cook off a little bit. Oops, sorry, there's a lot of steam there. Just going to stir that around. This is going to cook in the oven in a minute, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes. Just break those tomatoes down. I do like plum tomatoes. They're normally the first pick of the tomatoes. They pick the best ones, and then all the little odds and sods normally get put into chopped tomatoes. So I quite like the plum tomatoes because it just gives it a bit of a richer flavour. Just cook that down for a minute. And if you've got a bit of juice left in the can, just put a little bit of water in, swill it around because we don't want to waste all that flavour, and then pour it in. And you can see it all coming together now. Right, so now I've just put it into an oven-proof dish. You don't want it too shallow because we're going to be cracking some eggs into the mixture. I'm going to put it in the oven for maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and I'll just keep stirring it sort of halfway through, and then we'll come back in a minute. Right, I've just got this out the oven. I've added some salt and pepper just to taste, so just taste it and just see if it needs anything else. You could also, if you wanted to, add some chili powder, but I quite like it just on its own. Then what we're going to do is just make a couple of wells. We're going to break in 2 eggs. Right, so I've just broken in 2 eggs. I'm going to put it back in the oven for probably about 15 minutes. Now this is the finished dish. I ended up cooking it for 20 minutes. I'm very fussy about eggs and I do not like them runny at all, but just cook them to your own preference, and I would suggest cooking them for probably 15 minutes and just check to see how you like them. I'm going to have half this dish with a chicken steak and some vegetables for my dinner, and then the rest I'll have tomorrow.